So, I promised you guys that once I found a solution for installing Jetstream into a Laravel project with the latest releases of it, that if I found a solution to the errors, that I would update you and let you guys know how to do it and just take you step by step through how I did it. So now, in working on it, I found out today that Jetstrap has a brand new release. Okay, and this is just 9 hours from when I'm recording it, so it's fresh. I've already tried it, and so let's go ahead and give it a go. So what I did was, so instead of putting it in a specific project, what I did was create a brand new fresh Laravel install with the Jetstream flag and no teams. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, actually I want to open up the Webpack mix so that we can see the change in here as it happens. Okay, so let's go through it and then we'll go through all the errors and the fixes. We're also going to upgrade it to Bootstrap 5, which I think would probably be better since Bootstrap is clearly moving to it and there's so many changes. We're just going to go ahead and move to it, and this way if there's another release we'll be better prepared for it. So we'll let that run. Now that it's done, let's go ahead and grab the next command, which is, we've already installed this. Let's go ahead and require the Jetstrap pack. Now let's head over and grab the next command, which is PHP artisan swap. We don't need the teams flag, so copy, paste. Okay, and as you can see, it changed our files the way it's supposed to, so that's fine. So now let me open this up a bit more, and we're going to do npm install and npm run dev. Okay, now that it's done, it says to run npm again. So we want to make sure that we have a complete install, npm run dev. We want to make sure that we have a complete install of everything that comes with the Bootstrap package initially, because what's going to happen is in our package.json, okay, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that it's installed version 4.6 and it still has jQuery. And as we talked about before, Bootstrap 5 does not use jQuery anymore. Okay, but still, even though we still want to make sure that everything is installed before we upgrade it to version 5. Okay, so open that up and let that continue on. Great, so we managed to get through the entire install. But if we scroll up, we have a load of errors. Now, I explained this in detail last time about why this is, and it has to do with Sass, okay? Because Sass is now using Dart Sass, these are now obsolete. The variables are now obsolete. So we're going to go ahead and fix that, okay? But at least we got it installed. Okay, so let me drop this down a bit. Okay, and now you can see, if we take a look at in our composer.json, you see now that it's installed. So what we need to do now is upgrade it to version 5 of Bootstrap. So to do that, we are actually going to get rid of this, and also from jQuery, we're going to get rid of Bootstrap jQuery. We're also going to get rid of this popper.js because it's using at popper.js/core. And then let's see, we can actually go ahead and get rid of all of these too. We're going to reinstall them, but we want a clean install of them. Okay, so that should be good. So now back to the terminal. And now we're going to do npm I for install Bootstrap. Okay, so we're going to work through each thing at a time. And while that's doing that, I'm going to drop this again just so we can see the changes. I am also going to disable the notifications just so that I can get rid of this, because it's not really an error, but it's distracting. So disable notifications. Okay, go back. Okay, now that the install is done, you can see we have Bootstrap. Okay, so it's Bootstrap 5.0.2, which was released, I think, also today. It was either today or yesterday. Now we can go ahead and do npm run dev. All right, now it's run npm install. It's reinstalled sass loader, sass resolve loader, resolve URL loader, and some other things. So now let's go ahead and run npm run dev so that it can go ahead and compile them all down. Okay, so now we have a whole new set of errors, so let's handle those. Okay, so the first one is a warning, error can't resolve popper.js and bootstrap.js, and we know that these are in our resource files. Okay, so we'll go up to resources, JS, and it's bootstrap.js. So now this that was installed, we don't even need this anymore. We can get rid of this altogether because it's no longer using jQuery and it's using at popper.js/core. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run npm run dev again. Open that up. Okay, so let's scroll up. Okay, so we got rid of those errors. Now we just have this one, which is in app.scss. Okay, so let's open up our sass folder, and in our app.scss, because that's what it says right here, that it's in the resources sass app.scss. The problem is in this variable right here, in this sizes. Okay, now I'm not even sure we need this anymore. So instead of getting rid of it altogether, all I'm going to do is just comment it out, because it's possible that we could need it and it's just named something different with the new with Bootstrap 5, but I don't know that 100% for sure. So instead of getting rid of it altogether, we're just going to comment it out and run our npm run dev again. Okay, so now we got a compiled successfully, and if we go up, we don't have any more errors. Those are the old errors. This is where I ran npm run dev. Okay, so why don't we give this a spin? I'm gonna open up, split the terminal, and then we'll do php artisan serve so we can get the server up. And over here we'll do npm run. We'll just do a run watch. Okay, now that we've got everything compiled down, everything's running, let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, well, I do need to migrate the database. I already have mine set up, so we're going to go ahead and open up another terminal and get that done real quick. So php artisan migrate. Okay, cool. So now let's try it again. Let's go back to the browser and refresh. Okay, cool. So now we're in our app. Let's go ahead and try to go back to the landing page. And I'm also going to open up the inspect tools so that we can make sure that we have the Bootstrap classes. Okay, so BG Lite, I believe, is, open it up. Container fluid. Okay, cool. These are Bootstrap classes. All 12. Okay. So now let's go ahead and try to register a user. Now this, I'm going to let you guys handle all of this, but let's just go ahead because the functionality still works. So we'll register a user. Okay, great. Now we got it up and working, so hooray. And once, well, it's not a small thing, but it is something that you're going to have to work out on your own because it's going to be however you want to set it up. So, okay, so right now I'm clicking this, which should be a drop down. But not only should it be a drop down, it should be a drop down on the right hand side. Now, in this documentation that I showed the other day, and I showed all these breaking changes, part of the breaking changes was some of the stylings that it still has that don't work quite the same. So like, I think margin, so let's say if you did MT for margin top, it's now GT for, I think it's grid top or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you to investigate and you to figure out. I just wanted to make sure that you were able to get Jetstrap included and upgraded and have a solid something to work with versus what we had that broke before. Okay, so just take a look and go through these and make sure that However you do set it up, that you use the current Bootstrap 5 stylings of classes and configurations for different things. So I do know that the dropdown has changed. Dropdown new variable darken. All the events are now triggered in the drop-down toggle button. Okay, so like these things you are gonna have to investigate on your own, because I'm kind of tired of looking at Bootstrap at this point. Nothing wrong with Bootstrap, it's just, it's been a lot of Bootstrap lately. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. I'm gonna push all of the code that we did today up to GitHub so that you have something to compare it to in terms of the package versions and everything like that. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.